there, Stampers, and thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to create a very simple, beautiful sympathy card. This could also be used for other occasions simply by changing the with sympathy to whatever you wanted it to be. It's the Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set, which is a staple, so that has every occasion in it. But we're going to use it for sympathy because sadly I've had a lot of requests for sympathy cards lately, and it's not always a fun thing, but it's something we need. And it's beautiful. Let's get started. I'm going to start with our background here, which is actually the large en francais stamp set, which I'm sure I'm saying this wrong. And hopefully you'll bear with me while I botch the name on that. I'm using a window sheet, which when they come they have this tissue paper behind it. And I'm just leaving it there so you can see it, because if I take the tissue paper away it's really hard to see in the video. Then I have our largest 2.5 inch circle punch. And I'm just going to push that as far in as it will go from the top of the window sheet. And punch that circle right out. I'm going to get rid of this now, so hopefully you can see that film okay. Looks like the lights are reflecting off it pretty well. I'm going to lie this window sheet's going to become our mask. And you could use a piece of cardstock as well for our mask, but I'm using the window sheet because it's easy to line it up over the white panel because you can see through it. Now I've got a little bit of scrap paper on the side here just so I can stamp this background off once so it's a shade lighter. So I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to stamp it on the scrap paper once so it's a shade lighter than just plain black. I guess this will make it a shade of gray. Maybe one of the 50 shades of gray. Did I just say that? Okay, now I'm stamping it over the mask and the panel. And something magical is going to happen.
Oops.
Or not. Maybe nothing will happen. This really didn't come out quite so dark, so we're going to try that again. I'm going to flip over the paper because fortunately it has two sides. Okay, 50 shades. Just repeated those last steps, inked it up, stamped it up on the scrap paper, and now, this time, something magical is going to happen. Waving my magic imaginary wand. Yay! And that's what it was supposed to do. Okay, so you can see what happened here. The plastic mask actually stuck to the back of the background stamp, which is totally fine because we don't need it anymore. But you'll see that on our piece of paper it only inked up where we punched the hole. So we have this masked script. Next we're going to pull in the Serene Silhouette stamp set. I'm using these flowers, beautiful, and we're going to ink those up in black. Stamp them to the lower left, right over our mask. It actually gives us the illusion that there's layers to this card. And then our with sympathy, or whatever greeting you want to put on here, to the lower right. Simply attach it to its layers using snail adhesive. It's going to go on black, and then that's going to layer beautifully on a panel of white. Look, you could even do it a little bit off-center. Oh, and that's even beautiful as well. You can get the dimensions for all the layers on this card on my blog, as well as tons more ideas. I hope you've enjoyed this really cool, beautiful, and easy technique. Thanks for joining me today.